Hey you, yeah you, are you looking for an escape? Maybe just for an hour to laugh, cry, roll your eyes, or even just have a minute to yourself.
Or ever just want to embrace your feminine side, and what better way to do that than have the color pink riding shotgun, as pink isn't just a color, it's a state of mind. Thanks Audrey Hepburn for that quote.
Then look no further. Introducing the new podcast, Truth and Pink.
We're Sarah and Channa, 1979 Gen X, strong. But more Zennials, you know, that forgotten little slice of Gen X with just enough millennial edge to know what TikTok is?
But way too cool to care. Hey babes, we are back for another fun-filled week here at Truth and Pink. My name is Channa.
I'm Sarah.
And
we are laughing about everything.
Living our best lives over here. Oh, good Lord.
Okay. So, important topic. We were talking last episode about how you love the movies and you're a good moviegoer and you love the experience. And I had mentioned that maybe I'm the reality TV harlot of the group. Also, side note really quick, the new and final season of Outlander has dropped. Oh my gosh.
I'm so far behind.
Oh my gosh, you have to get it. Get with it.
Wait, how many seasons are there?
This is the 8th and final. Yeah. So
I think I'm still on 2.
Get going is all I can say.
Like, really?
Yes, really. And this is the final. And you don't want to hear all the spoilers after the last episode they dropped. So apparently they wrote multiple endings. The cast members don't even know the ending. One of them is, though, Jamie Fraser dies. So, but we don't know which one they're going to go with. Isn't that crazy?
Well, yeah, because like wherever I'm at right now, they've definitely like hinted that he's dead.
Oh.
Well, because like I literally think I'm only on season 2. Like, because she's back home in like home.
Yeah, and back in home
period.
Original time, yeah.
With the girl
and Frank. Yeah.
And Frank. And so you have to, so even I know that there's more episodes, so I know that, but he had said to her, the only reason I want you to go, you need to go. If I die, like, you have to go.
Yeah.
You have to leave.
Yeah.
So you then realize that she's gone, so you assume that he has died in one of these battles.
But not season 2.
But not season 2. Right. Well, then I was just like wondering, like, are they just going to like draw it out for like a bunch more seasons? Like, I don't know. So anyways.
Yes. But final 8th season. So.
Wow.
But again, talking about reality TV, which I know, you know, I try not to watch a lot of reality TV, and I'm not necessarily watching this one that we're going to talk about, but I do think it brought up a really good question, and you are somebody who's living it. So the question being, and truthers, let us know what you think. Does age really matter with love? Is that a stop, full stop? Is it a consideration? Does it not matter? So the premise of the new show is there's a myriad of ages, myriad of people, races, like all of this stuff. And you can ask the person anything that you want except for how old they are, right? So that way they're trying to strip away the wall of possibly an older woman being, with a younger man, something like that. And what is the stigma attached to that? We have, when it's the males who are older, sometimes, 20, 25, 30 years older than the woman, nobody really blinks an eye, right? It's like, okay, she's a grave robber, but not like it's kind of, I don't know, maybe not in Anna Nicole Smith's situation was it accepted, but I don't know, 15 years difference is probably accepted for normal, for when it's a man older and a woman younger, do you think?
I feel like we just have these misconceptions of what is acceptable. And I think that it just comes from like cultural norms or what's just been the norm. And so, sure, we've seen men having younger women, and that was always kind of accepted. We go, oh, but
Oh, wait, and let me just clarify. When I say 15 years, I'm not talking about a 15-year-old female. I am specifically talking the difference between age. I just wanted to make sure I
yeah.
clarified
Well,
that.
okay,
I'm talking all adults, all consenting age.
so let's start with saying, like, I think that age comes into play. Like, there is a time and a place where age difference does matter and when it doesn't matter. So, like, for instance, like, I am 7 years older than my husband. And obviously when I'm 25, I don't know that a 25-year-old dating an 18-year-old.
It's a little
But as you get older, those age no longer matters because we're in we're, you're in a different spot at 25 and 18, right? Like there's so much growth. We all can agree that. But from the ages of 18 to 30, there is like huge growth. You are not the same person that
you're not the same person at 25 to 30. Like that last 5 years is a huge jump.
Huge, right? Because then all of a sudden, like apron strings are for sure cut, and then you're learning to be out on your own and all of these things. And maybe some people go through that a little bit earlier, but I think for the most of us, like it starts, you really bloom and become into your own in that 25 to 30 period, right? So I feel like once you're both kind of past that age, I think that's when it no longer matters. Before that, sketch.
Yeah.
Sketch just because your baby's leading babies,
Right.
Right. So it's just interesting to me. And yes, now like if you look around, you're definitely like the cougar era, right? Like all these kids are going after these cougars because it's cool to be with a cougar.
And is that because they're experienced, so to speak? Is that because they want their mommy? Is that because, like, I'm not sure what it's cool, air quotes using, is it really cool? Because I don't, and this is just me, I wouldn't want to be dating somebody in their 20s. Absolutely not. I'm sorry, I want a man. I'm not saying you can't be a man in your 20s, but at my age, I'm looking at somebody in their 20s as a kid still, or
sure,
young adult, but not somebody.
Well, when I have a 21-year-old.
Right. Right.
But
I mean, if Chase came home and said he was dating a 40-year-old woman, what would you say?
I'm like,
she's like, ick factor.
well, because yeah, I don't know, like he was talking the other day about they went out to to the bar afterwards with some coworkers, and I happen to know one of them is a couple years younger than me, but I had met her. She's super sweet, and as soon as Chase said that she showed up, I was like, oh really? Because she's a pretty single mom. And I know that my son likes older women.
Well,
so I was like,
your son is handsome. And
I was like, tell me more about you going to the bar with everyone. I just need to hear all the details, please.
Yeah.
And of course, this 21-year-old is like, I mean, if she had said, let's go, I'm going. And I'm like,
but how do you parent that? And
you
can't
don't
even parent that at 20.
You don't.
Like, what do you say?
I go, okay. I can't parent that. That's not mine. That's
because you wouldn't be saying anything if the girl was 20.
Right. Or if she was 25.
Oh, right.
I'd be like, okay, cool. But be careful.
So I guess one of the, and like I said, I just kind of has seen the highlights, the trailer. It just dumped on Netflix today. And these dating shows kind of get old after a while. I've never watched it, but I hear them talk about Love is Blind. The premise of Love is Blind, they meet in these pods. They cannot see the other person. So they're asking, is physical attraction, like actually seeing the person, does that change how you feel, or do you fall in love with who they are, right? They tell you about their family, their interests, their hobbies, but you can't see them. So this takes it and sort of flips that and says, okay, you can see them, but you can't ask them their age. But like one of the comments is the girl who's like, I don't know, am I going to find my boyfriend or am I going to find my dad? Because some of these men are in their 50s.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guessing, again, you don't get to see how old they are, but she can't be more than 22, right? And so you're saying you can't parent Chase in that situation. If it was your daughter dating a 50-year-old, I feel like we might step in a little bit. Like, what's the crux that is, you see what I'm saying? It's sort of like a standard.
Sure, because we sit here and we go, oh, you don't want a man to take advantage of a young girl.
Right.
And because of the stigma that men have the ability to do that. I don't think that we think about women in their 40s or 50s who go out and take advantage of these young men.
Yet we have had huge news stories. I mean, that teacher that took advantage of her student went to jail, got out of jail, had his baby. Again, they have like 3 kids and they're
Yeah.
And wait, and I think, did she die? I don't remember.
Die?
I don't know. I don't remember. But anyway, super weird story. But they punished her to the hilt. Yeah.
Yeah. For like statutory rape or thing, right?
Yes. But you don't, I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I don't hear.
But again, that is an inappropriate age.
But you hear of male teachers doing stuff, and I don't see them. I mean, they even get to like just remove themselves from that school, and they get to sent to a different school. Like it doesn't seem like it's equal. You know what I'm trying to say?
I also feel like that case was like the first case, so it was like throw the. Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know that the things aren't not necessarily happening. I just think that maybe we're not hearing about the repercussions that are happening.
I'm sorry. He has to, I mean, I don't know them. I can't speak with absolute certainty, but it just seems like not only did she have to be messed up in her head to go after a boy that age, but he had to have some sort of non-guidance or somebody watching out for him for that. And I think we would say the same for if it was reversed for a woman, right? She's under his spell. Mm-hmm. Something's happening. Like, you are not, I don't care how street smart or the trauma or the bad things that you've been through, you are not developed at that age to understand that. I don't think. Personally.
Well, again, that's where we started the beginning of this conversation with me saying, like, age, it matters in a certain time frame. So sorry, inappropriate. So she was what, 15 years older than him? 20 years older than him?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't even
want to say he was in 8th or 9th grade. Like, he was young.
And so now if you fast forward that 15 years, like, that age no longer matters.
Yeah.
Like, look at one of our really good friends. I believe he's 50-ish, and he's dating a 25-year-old, and I love them together. They are literally like the world's most perfectly matched couple. He's just this lawyer out there. They're one of our rave friends out there, living his best life, but he's a lawyer and has a house and does the things and very put together. And she's a bartender and she's going to go to nursing school, and just fun little, and neither one of them want kids. She's got nieces and nephews that she absolutely adores.
That's okay.
And like the two of them are like so perfectly matched. Like, age doesn't even matter.
It doesn't matter in that situation.
Okay,
but two schools of thought on that. One, I know for me, especially at that age, attractiveness in men they were a man. They had a job. They had, like, I was not that I needed to get taken care of, but like, I wasn't looking to date the boy who's, still doing his paper route or what, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be funny, but
No, but I see what you're saying.
I
No, you wanted somebody that was
established,
successful,
security,
sure.
successful. Those things are attractive. Whereas if I'm 25 and, you know, I'm dating the guy who's, you know, doing whatever and maybe has a few odd end jobs or whatever, that I'm not doing that. So 25, I can totally see the attraction as a female to an older woman. But is a man also looking to be taken care of? And then that again brings up I mean, I guess you could say daddy issues and the mommy issues, but I don't know. There's that saying where if a woman acts like a kid, then she's with a man. If a woman acts like your mom, she's with a boy. If a woman has to do everything, she's with a loser, right? So I feel like it's different, right? Well, that's just what they say.
Get off straight. Yeah.
Right? So,
and it makes sense, but I don't know. I feel like sometimes I play all of those roles within the relationship, like
sure,
I can.
Sure. Right, there's no absolutes, right?
Yeah, we can act like a total, like I can act like a kid and my husband can take care of me and,
right.
Do all of the things. And then there's the other times where like, no, I am taking care of all
Sure.
the things because I need to make sure that they get done.
So you think it has more to do with personality versus what age they are?
I really do.
Yeah.
I think personality, because some of us, I know that they say that women mature faster than men. So of course, if you think if that was an absolute, then you would go, okay, then why would a 40-year-old woman ever be attracted to like a 25-year-old man because he's
a kid.
A kid, right? But some people, due to their life experiences or the parenting that they've had, grow at different rates and have a different experience. And so I don't know. I hate living in absolutes also.
No, I do too.
So I just think that a lot of it has to do with
the people.
Yeah.
The people.
And your life experiences and what the other person wants in that moment.
Sure. But is it, I mean, if you find a man who's 25 and a woman's 45 and she's like, I'm done with the kids, I'm not doing kids, and he's like, oh, I'm in love with you, but I want a kid, does that necessarily have to do with age, or that's just his wants, her wants?
I don't know I'm trying to struggle to understand what you want out of the question.
I'm just trying to see, because at different stages in our life, we want different things, right?
Oh, sure.
You and I are, 40, blah, 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 we don't need to say it out loud. And we have a pretty alignment of what that looks like for us as far as, kids are getting older, we're having more independence, we're having fun, blah, 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 blah. You fall in love with this 25-year-old man and he's all the things you ever dreamed of. And he's like, but I want to have a baby. And you're like, no, but that's...
Well, first of all, Sunny, like, let's just talk about fertility in a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Like of this age. So asking somebody of this age group to have a baby is very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Very difficult. So like I respectfully love that's what you want, but then that's not a thing that I can do for you. Mm-hmm. That's not a thing that I could do for you without
or want to do.
Without it costing a fortune or
wrecking my body, whatever.
Correct. So,
and I don't want to.
Yeah, if that's the expectation, then
so you're saying even before, you're saying don't fall in, like these are things that you discuss, and so you're hoping they wouldn't fall in love. And
sure,
maybe it was a good roll in the hay and all of these things or whatever.
Yeah, but it's almost like the second that you realize that you're okay, this kind of goes back to what we had talked about a couple weeks ago. As soon as you realize that you're not aligned, that your goals of life and stuff are not aligned, like then that becomes the, oh, well, shit, this has been really fun. But like if this is your expectation, like I can't meet you where you're at.
Right.
So then this is where, as a mature 40-something-year-old, I'm going to say we're bowing out. This has been really fun. I love
Best
that
of
we
luck to you.
had this, but you need to go find somebody whose core values align with yours and whose desires and goals in life align with yours. And
Right.
currently that is not me.
That's not it. Right.
Nor will it be me.
Right. Right. So Jeff and I will be celebrating 16 years on March 20th. Right. And I think of myself 16 years ago and even him 16 years ago. There's been a lot of, growth, but a lot of shit and just different things. Right. But for the most part, he's 3 years older than me. So for the most part, we've kind of ebbed and flowed, sometimes not together, but we've sort of just, gone through the stages. Does that have more to do with age or does that have more to do with commitment?
I mean, it's commitment, but I think that age definitely also plays a part in that, or maybe not even age, it's just your maturity.
That doesn't exist in his world. There's no maturity.
But yes,
Just
I know.
No, he can be mature when he
pokes you every time you walk by. But no, I mean, it's definitely commitment, but I think part of that, there has to be a level of maturity to honor your commitments, right?
Yeah.
And so, and even when it sucks and it's hard and you have these trials and tribulations of life, you still have to get through them. And that takes some maturity because, again, if you didn't have the maturity, most of us would just cut and run and be like,
right.
Peace out.
Right. So that's 2 for personality, 0 because of age. Is there any scenario that you can think of other than at a decade, that we're talking about? Is there any age above that decade where it'd be inappropriate that you can think about where it absolutely has to do with age? So, for example, you and Jeff have been married how long?
This year will be 6 years.
6 years. Okay. So are you even the person that you were 6 years ago? What?
Or 7.
What year did you get married?
I was like, wait, when did we get married? 2019. So this year will be
7 years.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Okay, Jeff, you didn't hear that. She knows exactly when it is. You're there's a lot going on. Your feelings aren't hurt.
He doesn't listen. He wouldn't listen. No.
Oh, mine does.
He'll listen to like the snippets.
Oh.
But that's
it. No, mine.
He'll listen to the highlights. Okay, so this year will be 7 years.
Okay. Are you even the same person
like
that you? Okay.
Yeah, we've been together for like 12.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So,
12 years ago, like that's a bigger age gap. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it's so funny now that he's a little bit older. He's like, I'm the, now he's like, I cannot believe that you were crazy enough to move out to Vegas.
I say that all the time.
27-year-old. Like,
yeah.
How?
No, not because he was 27. Like, I always give you just so much praise that you just took that risk and you had the courage to go start over. Like that's what I talk about.
I mean, it was the craziest move of my life. Like,
but it all worked out.
It did, but it could have gone sideways.
Sure.
And the first year was the hardest freaking year out here.
Do you ever say that to him? I can't believe you were so crazy to go move with me and my kid. Like, does he ever say that?
Do I ever tell him he was crazy to move out? I mean, like all of his friends told him he was crazy.
Are they still
to
friends?
Be moving? Yeah. His friends are like, you are insane to be moving out with a woman and her 3 children. And now look at us. Yeah. I definitely think that we beat the odds, if you will. But if my kid Now I know why my parents like freaked out when I was like, hey, I'm moving to Vegas. And they were like, what are you doing? And my mom literally goes, no, you can't go. You can't take the kids. You are not allowed to go.
Which only spurred you even.
And I sat there and I like got my bitchy face on, but I kept it calm because I needed my parents' support.
Sure.
And so my dad looks at me and looks at my mom and he goes, Julie, she's not asking our permission.
She's giving us the courtesy of just letting her know our plans.
And my mom was like, she was so upset. But, they supported me. And, that first year, if I would call my mom when something was going sideways, she'd be like, well, you can come home. And I was like, that's not happening.
And that would spur you even more to commence. Yeah.
That is not happening. Like I have to, my goal was I had to give it a year. And if after a year, because a new city, a new life. And Jeffrey and I literally do talk about the fact that if we had lived back home and had to deal with the bullshit that we did out here, we probably still wouldn't be together because we were comfortable in our positions back in LA. And it would have just been easy to just cut and run. But because we had molded our lives together and we were so far away from any kind of comfort zone, then
or outsiders giving you their opinions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta love all those.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, too, we were forced to work our shit out.
Yeah.
Because we had no other choice. Because that was also, we were broke too. So it's not like we could afford to just be like, oh, let's split. And so it's just, but anyways, tangent on it's
no, but it's crazy. Good. It's good to have that backup to just sort of get an understanding. So my take is, and again, not absolutes. And no, I haven't watched the whole show, nor I don't know that I will, but I just think it's a very good question to ask. And I feel the answer for me is, yes, it matters to a certain decade.
Yes.
But I still don't know that I'm okay with the 25-year-old and the 50-year-old. Either way, women or men, I don't know if I'm okay with that. Because I think okay.
Why?
Okay, because and I know this is really silly to fall back on, and maybe it sounds like an excuse, but generationally, our generation went through shit that other generations didn't go through, just like, our children that have gone through COVID and all that as a child, that'll be so different for them as an adult, right? So I think generationally these challenges present themselves, and it actually sort of makes up of some of who we are and how we think, and we've talked about values and why is it ingrained in us and stuff like that. But I'm sorry, you and I, what did you say when we were talking about glam? You used, you were all gussied up. Nobody talks like that
anymore. You got all gussied up.
But
I don't know anybody my age that talks like that either. Look at, I'm just me.
But
I say silly words.
No, but I knew exactly what you meant. It's like when we talk about we dressed to the nines or dressed to the hilt or got all dolled up. Those are expressions that are. But when you said that, I could hear my children going, "Who the hell's Gus?" What are you
Mom, who's Gus, and why did we?
Yeah.
What did we do to him?
They know bussin', whatever that means.
Bussin'.
Bussin'. It's bussin'. It's fire. It's bussin'. It's slay. And again, yes, you can learn what they mean. Yes, it's vernacular, but I just feel, and that's a very small example, but I just feel like those things, I really do think some of that makes a part of who we are. And I'm sorry if you don't know the freaking Pretty in Pink reference that I'm gonna make. I can't talk to, like, I don't know what to say to you, or the Steel Magnolias reference, or the E.T. reference, or like.
Okay, but okay. But any man our age would also not understand the Pretty in Pink or the Steel Magnolia reference because those are chick flicks.
Okay.
They've never watched
Okay,
them.
you got me there. You got me there. But they're gonna know the Top Gun reference.
Sure.
Right? I feel the need.
The need
for
speed.
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
Or even songs. I mean, look at how, and of course we've talked about your, EDM, like how it gives. And we actually, I think we did mention on the podcast, there was scientific evidence that proved that vibration and those beats that you're listening to is therapeutic and it's good for us and everything. Yep. But you weren't listening to that when you and I were 15. I mean, we were.
I mean, I was listening to like Ace of Base. I definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. And then like the DMA dancers that I had like this. They were like volumes.
Yeah.
Dance volume.
Yeah.
7 or whatever. Yeah. I don't remember. But and I had those, and it was like dance music. And oh man, like if I did not live inside of a square, and I knew that there was this world outside that was connected, all of that music. And I didn't have parents that like made sure that I lived in a box.
Right.
Like I can see how shit would have been derailed real
and
fast.
How it's influenced, right? I remember my dad when he found my Tupac and he was so mad I threw it out.
We went to the okay, so fun story.
Yeah.
We went to the Christian store to buy. My mom's like, "Oh, you want some new music? Let's go to the Christian store. Get you some new music." And I was like,
which in that defense, it has changed a whole lot. The newer stuff, I actually do enjoy some of it, but I digress. Go on.
I mean, that was when like you could like put headphones on and listen to the things on the wall,
Yeah.
And so like I'm listening and I was like, oh yeah, this is like heavy metal. Like it sounds good. Nice
and
angry music. I did have some Petra, of course.
What about Carmen? Did you have Carmen, the rapper?
But it wasn't Petra. It was another group, but I don't remember right now. I bought it. And my mom put it on in the car. Sarah, I shit you not. She's listening to it and I see her face just go.
Julie.
And she literally pressed eject and threw it out the window.
Stop it.
I'm not even.
Stop it. Oh my gosh.
And I was like, that was my new CD.
Julie. Oh my goodness.
She was like, that was not okay. I was like, Mom,
it's from the Christian store?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So anyways.
So let me just go ahead and put on some Metallica, Enter Sandman, and
right? Which I also had their Black Album, Hello. Right. That was just off to the side where my mom couldn't see it.
Hidden in the floorboard. Like Lane does in Gilmore Girls, but yeah.
Yeah, the things that we had to do. Yeah. Anyways, so I digress. So I hear what you're saying, but I feel like if you have somebody who,
I don't know, I feel like part of me, and this is probably my own insecurity and how surface sometimes I can be, but I feel like I need somebody to get me. And part of getting me is knowing these movie references or slang or the Slinky walking down the stair itself, and like all of these things. I feel like if I can't, I don't know, and then I would probably take it personally, like
if you didn't understand all of them,
if they didn't get me. And that's how surface level I am.
No, but you and I completely understand that, and that's okay. I just think that also building new memories and new things together is also part of the joy of a relationship. And if you have an old soul in a young
That's true.
person
Yes.
who has this love for, let's just say, like the 80s and yacht rock and all of these things, and they find this 50-year-old that also loves all of these things
Lived it in real time.
yeah, lived it in real time. And then they come together, and then they also love EDM music, and now they do shows and festivals and stuff together, and they don't want kids, and so it kind of is working out, and they just have the same kind of funny sense of humor and this fun, like, banter dynamic. So I feel like they're still, like, again, I'm sure that there are people in the crowd that look at the two of them and go, hmm. But those of us that know them,
probably
like,
are not getting the looks as the couple did at the Coldplay concert, but I digress.
well, that's a whole different
It's a whole different subject. Yeah.
When you quickly release somebody and go,
if they'd have just played it cool.
Yeah, and just been like,
just kept on whatever. No.
But no, they did like the
guilt. You could tell it was moved all by guilt. But yeah. Okay. So
that's my
conclusion then being age doesn't matter after a certain point. I don't know. I don't know that I'm fully.
Sarah's not sold.
I don't know.
Sarah's not sold.
I don't know. And maybe that's just, again, not absolutes. Maybe that's just me personally. I don't know.
It's your thoughts and feelings, and you can have them.
Yes, but which I can change and move the needle. And you brought up some very good points. There's just like I said, I think it's for me. It's a no. I don't want to date somebody in their 20s. And the dating is so different now. Okay, so you're talking about your friend who's 25, and she probably enjoys the older man because the dating is so free. If I had to go back out and date, and dating apps were part of my life, I'd be
so then maybe that's part of it. She didn't have to do the dating app thing. She didn't have to do the Playboy thing. She didn't have to do the, oh, I'm not ready for commitment. Oh, she didn't have to do the, oh, okay, we're just friends. Oh, no, she didn't have to do any of that because she was dating a more mature man. Yeah. So it was just like, cool. If we're dating, we're dating. If we're dating, we're dating. I'm going to take you out. We're going to go to dinner. We're going to do these things.
He's probably planning the dates. He's probably doing the things. I mean, and when you're 25, if the men around you are not doing those things and you see somebody who is planning the dates, yeah, for sure. But is the 25-year-old guy planning the date for the 40-year-olds plus? Because I feel we're so set in our ways that we'd be like...
I'd be like, so you don't have to plan dinner because I already did it, okay?
Right. No, I don't really want to go to the paintball excursion and...
We can do that this time, but next time...
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that ever.
I totally want to do that.
But you enjoy pain. Have you ever been shot with a paintball? Freaking hurts.
Yeah, you get little welts.
Yeah. Pass. Hard pass. I'll go.
Pain is temporary.
Play golf. I'll go play pickleball. I'll go watch soccer games. I'll go.
You're literally talking about the old people things to do that you're willing to do.
Huge.
I know pickleball is huge. Did I tell you we took the kids out to play pickleball like a week or two ago?
And
we had so much fun.
See?
And Jeffrey and I, no.
Next, you're going to tell me you're frisbee golfing, and then we'll have to not be friends anymore.
I don't know if I should be mad. I don't know if I should be mad at my husband or not.
Wait, before you say that, I just have to back up what I said. Jeff actually frisbee golfs. Okay, go ahead.
So then if you start frisbee golfing.
But I won't. I absolutely will not.
Yeah, I'm not good at frisbee anyways. Okay.
So you take them pickleball.
We took the kids pickleballing. We got one pickleball court for 1 hour, 4 paddles, right? So what we did was we just sort of kind of switched every couple of minutes. One of us would sub in for somebody. So we had all combinations of partners. So we were keeping score, but
rotate.
So then Jeffrey gets with me and we're dominating the boys. Dominating. And
That's
so,
because you're hella competitive, but continue.
so then like I'm out and Keegan's in, and then I go and I'm on the boys' side, and I'm over there, and
You and Jeff are playing against each other.
and Jeff's like, why? I don't like this at all. And so we get back, blah 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 blah.
Is he not a good loser?
No, he's not a good loser.
That's the problem. The both of you are super competitive.
The be all and end all with all of this is that he was like, babe, you were so much better at pickleball than I expected you to be.
Oh my God. You're like, wait, what? Excuse me, sir.
The fuck are you even talking about? Better than you thought I was going to be?
I'm athletic. I'm
athletic.
heavy. What?
Just because I'm not as good as golf, because that's the world's hardest fucking sport. And he's like, well, to be fair, babe, I've never seen you run. And I was like,
wait, what?
I run.
Runs like every day.
But I jog.
Okay, but still.
And I walk. I'll like walk and jog.
Yeah. Walk.
Or I'll jog on a treadmill. But he's like, I've never seen you like run. And I was like, that's because when I wanted to play football with you and the boys, you were like, no, babe, I don't want you to get hurt.
Excuse me, sir.
Enter the most unathletic group of boys I've ever seen in my life out on the field.
His friends.
His work friends.
Mm-hmm.
And look, I love them all dearly, but several of them are quite overweight and several of them are quite unathletic. And here's me in my athleticism, sitting on the sidelines, cheerleading.
Oh, doing
because my husband didn't want me to get hurt.
He didn't want you to show them up and hurt their damn feelings.
And I was like, because I guess I'm a girl and I can't play.
I hate that. Listen, women can be in STEM. Women can play sports. We can do whatever we want to do.
So it was really funny when he told me that I was better at pickleball than he imagined, because I was like, well, what did you imagine?
Stop imagining me playing pickleball. Maybe that's your problem.
So needless to say,
there are better fantasies, Jeff.
We went out and we bought pickleball paddles, and now we've got pickleball paddles and pickleballs. And
just so he could see you run.
I'm gonna like roundhouse kick him in the face.
Yes.
So, but we all did have a lot of fun, and so we've decided that we're gonna start playing a little more often.
I love that.
We found all the pickleball courts in our area. Oh. We even did like a drive-by. There were a lot of people there.
Yeah. It's when we were in Colorado, everybody played. Like you couldn't find a court that was empty. Everybody played pickleball.
So then how does like the courtesy of that go? Like I just pull up and I'm like, hey, I got next game.
I think so. I mean, we never stuck around long enough to wait for them to be done. We were just like, oh, we'll come back. And every time I think one time there was like one free court. But maybe there's a sign up. I don't know. Some of them you have to reserve because it's pretty popular.
Yeah. And then to pay for it is really expensive. It's like $40 an hour.
Oh, yeah.
If you go to like the pickleball place.
Yeah.
Well, that was like it's a restaurant, and it's called Chicken and Pickle.
Okay.
So they serve a bunch of chicken. And it's cute. It was so cute.
Yeah.
I think we're going to do Cooper's graduation party there.
Oh, fun.
Because we're going to do it with like 2 other families.
Very fun.
So
that'll be fun.
Yeah. And then they've got like a big area with like a ton of like.
So it's like Top Golf for pickleball.
Yes.
Okay.
But then they have because then they have like this big like turf grass area with like Adirondack chairs, a ton of them, and some tables so that you can eat outside. And then they've got like the big Jenga and the big Connect 4 and just all the fun
family
things
stuff
that are free to do, and cornhole.
See, and I think people prefer those activities now to like bowling. You know, bowling has gotten super expensive. I think it last year was the #1 sport, which
bowling was.
Yes.
Interesting.
I know. Which I don't know about you, but here there seems to be a lucky strike popping up everywhere or around Roundhouse 5. I don't know, whatever. They're everywhere. There's a Lucky Strike downtown Disney.
Interesting. I'm not going to Disney to play.
To bowl.
I mean,
it's okay, but yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I'm spending way too much money to be down there to go bowling.
Right. Right.
Now, if I lived in that area, that's a great fun.
Yeah.
So maybe that's more of a local
drive
than
I don't know. Or you get tired of the park and you're staying at the hotel and you're like, let's go.
I'm not getting tired of the park.
Yeah, I'm not.
Those words don't compute in my head. How many times have we been to Disneyland that those words don't compute in my head?
I will say, though, the few times that we stayed at the Disneyland Hotel, I do enjoy poolside and relaxing at that's fun. And then you get dressed again and you go back in and you see the fireworks. Like, that's fun. I like doing that.
Okay.
But I'm not bowling.
But I'm not bowling.
I'm not bowling. I'm drinking a little whatever on the poolside. Kids are swimming, and then the sun goes down and it's cooler because it's Orange County, and then you go get dressed and put on your jacket and go watch fireworks. Or a World of Color, which is going to be freezing because of the water that sprays everywhere anyway at night.
I have not seen any of that for so long.
Ever? Oh, so long.
I think I've seen World of Color like once. And because I think we've talked about this, my husband doesn't like to see any of the shows.
Right. You're stuck writing all the rides when everybody else is at the show. Got it.
And so I think I'm going to have to excuse
Doesn't
myself.
Think you can play basketball or pickleball. Doesn't think that you should watch the shows. I'm starting to think I have second feelings about this guy.
About this guy, Jeff. Yeah, me too.
No.
12 years later. You know, my thoughts are, if you can't get behind World of Color, we can't.
Right.
You just can't.
So for next podcast, let's talk about how much validity you put into the 7-year itch and the 10-year end with relationships. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for that.
Okay, so go watch us on YouTube, like, subscribe, send us a comment. Tell us what you think about the age of attraction. Does it matter for love at all? Whatever. Tell us your story. Until next time.
See you soon.